Amy. So Amy is our wedding coordinator, and after you've booked the wedding with myself and we've done the contract, we will then pass you over to Amy. So Amy, tell us a little bit about yourself, your experience, and how long you've been working at Titchwell.
So yeah, hi everybody, my name's Amy. I've been at Titchwell Manor now for nearly 8 years this year it'll be. So yeah, a bit like part of the furniture now, but it's a wonderful place, a gorgeous venue for weddings. And actually one of my first ever shifts here was doing a wedding for a close family member to the owners. So yeah, thrown in at the deep end, but it was really, really good. And that's where I kind of fell in love with doing weddings, really. Yeah, took it from there.
Excellent, great. And tell us a little bit about your role and what it involves with couples throughout the planning process and on the day itself. What do you do for them?
Yep, so as you say, once they've confirmed with yourself, we'll do an introduction between the two of us. And at that point, we would then arrange an appointment where the couples can come and see me, and we would talk about how the day would run. So from start to finish, so if you're staying the day before, we could talk about your plans for what you'd like to do the night before, into the morning itself. So obviously it's always quite nice for the couples to, for the bride to have room service, so she's out of the way, she can relax, doesn't need to worry about anything. Suppliers can come in from 8 o'clock on the day of the wedding, so nice and early again. So if anyone needs an early start, they can come in and get set up, which is always good as well. The conservatory, which you saw earlier, which is actually where I'm sat today, that will be set up for you for the ceremony to take place. And after that point, you would then we would then talk about all your different food options and your drink options and just the timings for the day as well. We find that we would obviously speak to the couples about what works best for them. We can give them recommendations, but predominantly it's about what sort of timings that they would like, and we go from there.
Excellent. Oh, it sounds great. And it's definitely, I think, nice to have you on board throughout the entire planning process and on the day. So yep. All of those little niggly bits that they might have mentioned to you and why they're important during the planning process, you know, it's not been passed over to someone else that might not know them as well as you know them.
Exactly.
So yeah, you've literally got Amy throughout your process, and as well as the rest of the Titchwell team, who are great and have all been working at the venue for a long time. Is there a particular flow of the day that works well for you? You know, what time is the ideal ceremony at Titchwell?
Of course. So ideal time would be 2 o'clock. Usually we find that gives the couples plenty of time in the morning to get ready. If you've still got guests who need to travel, that still gives them plenty of time to arrive. So 2 o'clock is always a good time for the ceremony. The registrars, they would also arrive a little bit beforehand as well. They will go through all the formalities with the couple. So they would meet one of them first, have a chat with them, and then once that's done, we would then ask everybody to take their seats ready for the ceremony, and then that's when we give the bride a call, and we would one of the team would go and get the bride if she's staying in one of the rooms, and we would then flow from there on, really. So after the ceremony, as you said, Kirsty, you've got the option of going outside for the drinks and canapes. That's also a really, really good time for photo opportunities as well. And also in that time, we would then turn the room around so it's all set ready for the wedding breakfast. When the wedding breakfast is about to go, we would usually invite the couple in first just to come and have a look at the room to make sure that they're happy with how it looks. So again, in the planning stages, we would talk about how they want the tables to look, and also any decorations that they want for the tables and things like that, they would obviously supply, but we put it all out for them. So again, they haven't got that stress or hassle of trying to sort everything out. It also gives those the couples that moment just to themselves, so they can relax for a bit, take it all in, and it's always quite a busy day, so it goes really quick as well. So any chance that they can get together is always quite nice. After the meal, we would, as you say, they would go through to the bar area. So if you've got any evening guests arriving, we would usually recommend that they come for about 7:30. And the good thing is as well that if you're having your wedding breakfast in the conservatory, it means that your entertainment can be setting up in the bar, and you don't know that that's happened. So when you obviously go through to there later, it's all ready for kind of party time. And then we would say carriages for midnight, and then the bar would close at 1. So you get a good time for everything to take place.
Excellent. Yeah, especially with the bar going on till 1. I can imagine there are definitely some people propping that up still
Oh yes.
when that time rolls around. Excellent. Thank you so much. What are your top tips? I mean, you mentioned a couple of things about the bride and groom having some time to themselves, but do you have any top tips for couples, not necessarily on the day, but throughout their planning? What would you recommend or advise for them?
So one thing which I do always find is it's always a good idea if, because the day itself is so full on, you've always got so many people to try and talk to on the day, if you can organize a dinner or something the night before, or if you're staying the night before, it makes such a big difference because you've got everybody here, you've gone around everyone, you've spoken to a few people if you can, and then it just takes that pressure off on the day of the wedding, that you're not trying to get through everyone and talking to everyone and making sure you've spoken to everybody. So that's something which I find really does make such a huge difference. The other thing would be is definitely allocating jobs to family members and friends. So if you've got some people who you want close and to be able to be involved in the wedding, if there's any little bits that need to be done in the morning, definitely allocate those jobs to them so they can be done, and it feels like that they've done their bit as well then.
That's a good idea. And I mean, that's why you have bridesmaids and a maid of honor and ushers, you know. There's more than just helping the bride go to the loo. There's other things they can be helping with, to make sure that your day runs smoothly. And also, Amy, tell us, what is your favorite thing or favorite things about Titchwell Manor?
It's definitely got to be how personal we are to all our couples. It's something that's always been important to Titchwell. It's a family-run business, so it's, you know, that it's all about family. And for any of the couples who come and have their wedding here, we really want to make it about them. We're very passionate to making sure that it is about what they want, and having all their family and loved ones here together to enjoy their time and celebrate their special day.